Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of Nearly 90's. I am your host, Bryce Cherney, and my co-host is also here with me.
What's up?
If you don't know us, I guess I'm Bryce Cherney again. I have my own YouTube channel. I've made fan films for the past 6 years or so I've kind of gained a little bit of a following there, but this is not really what we're going to be talking about. I just figured I'd give myself a little bit of an introduction. So, yeah, this podcast we are going to be talking about mainly just pop culture stuff, anything kind of related pop culture news wise, and anything really. We're just kind of here to shoot the shit a little bit as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Jonah, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm Jonah. I guess I technically have a YouTube channel. Haven't posted too much to it yet. I'm kind of new to the scene. I know you've been around for like 8 years now. So
yeah. Been around for almost too long. You could call me a veteran.
yeah, YouTube veteran, and you make primarily, I think, cosplay, Spider-Man related content, fan films.
Yeah, I have. I did also start a new review series called Raunchy Reviews, going over the raunchiest stuff in media. I'm joking. We really just review movies. We just reviewed all the Pirates of the Caribbean. So, but let's get into this first episode. I know we both read Chainsaw Man, the first 3 volumes. So
Yeah, I finished the manga where it is right now. I'm on, I think, volume 11's where it ends. So, I mean, I know everything that's about to happen. You're a little bit more fresh to it. What do you think is going to happen?
Um, I have no idea what's gonna go on throughout this series, just because it's honestly just like something completely new. Like, I mean, it does take like I guess aspects that you would kind of see in anime, like I guess demons and devils and like all that are kind of just used throughout, but I feel like they're doing something interesting with it as well, and especially with it kind of like having comedic elements too.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get because the anime's coming out really recently, and I know you and I talked about like the tone of the trailers for it. They make it look like it's going to be so serious, like it's like almost like a drama in a way.
Right?
But you read like one volume of the manga, and you're like, this is like a fucking stupid comedy.
Yeah,
This is a comedy.
it kind of like it is almost like on One Punch Man comedy
Yeah.
wise. Um, I haven't read the manga of One Punch Man. I've really only seen the anime, but where was I going with that? Pretty much, I do think the show's gonna be cool though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any doubt. I mean, I don't think anyone does. I mean, everyone's praising it
hmm
because Mappa, obviously Attack on Titan, the company that I can't remember what season they switched that with Attack on Titan.
It was season 4.
Season 4 is when, yeah, they switched over to Mappa being the animators and everyone just going absolutely freaking nuts over it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will say I think my favorite volume though so far is probably volume 2. I don't know. That's just where I'm at. I liked seeing him fight that giant man bat thing.
Yeah, that is kind of one thing I don't understand though is have you gotten to the point with all the other devils? Like, have you seen kind of like the weird devil squad that they form?
No, I don't believe so. Maybe I
Yeah,
might have. I don't know.
see.
I read a
Yeah,
lot.
you'll see it soon. There's like this group that they make of like a devil force in the police that Denji's in. The one thing I just don't get because it seemed cool at first, where they're like, oh yeah, if you whatever things that people fear the most are kind of more like tougher or bigger, more scary because like Bat Devil. Everyone's afraid of bats, or
hmm
that's just kind of like a thing. Like, oh, bats are creepy. Everyone
hmm
thinks that they're creepy, so it's fucking massive and scary and huge. But then like there's other devils that you see later on that you'll see where it's just like if people's fears are based off of how intimidating these things are, why is that thing not massive or like just super powerful? Like there's one on his team called I think it's just the Violence Devil, and it's like a comedic relief thing that instead he's like super nice and stuff.
Okay.
But at the same time I'm like, how is the Violence Devil not the Kingpin? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is weird. I mean, they did just start going over the Gun Devil as well, and like I remember there was like a panel or something there. I was like, are they referring to 9/11? I was
I
like,
th- I think that it's inspired a little bit by like post 9/11 paranoia is kind of where it came from, as far as
Okay.
like in the fictional world, because I'm trying to remember. Did they say the exact year when it shows up?
I think they
I
do.
think
I don't remember what year
if
it
it's
was, but
2001 or somewhere around that, I could see it being like 9/11 happened, and then the fear of, I don't want to say, because like obviously 9/11 didn't have anything to do with like just specifically guns, but you know what I mean, just like terrorism and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then it spawns the the paranoia of like guns and stuff like that, and just like violence and terrorism and stuff. So then the gun devil is born, and
Right.
it is just this absolutely massive uncontrollable monster.
Yeah, but I'm definitely interesting to see where the story goes. I have really no clue where this story's gonna go, but I think the writing's pretty solid so far on it, and as well as the illustrations are pretty damn cool.
Yeah, it's a super like, it's kind of weird to say because it's like almost a janky looking art style,
It's a little
but
jank.
it's jank, but it's intentional and it looks good. And I recently looked up more manga that the original writer made, and it seems like he has a real theme for, let's make something superhero themed but with a weird spin. Because the other manga I recommended to you, Fire Punch,
Yeah,
again, the names for his stuff could really use some work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it does work. Like Fire Punch is weird apocalyptic universe. I think the world's like been snowed over or just like frozen over, and the people who are surviving are mutants. The guy can heal someone. I think it was someone who has fire powers decides to make him catch on fire, and the exception is that his ability doesn't let anything stop burning until it's like fully burnt out. So like his fire won't extinguish until
Oh, God.
until it fully burns whatever it's burning. But he's a healer, so he can't stop healing. So now he is just stuck being on fire and healing forever.
Oh God,
And
what a
then
dilemma.
and then it's a revenge story. So he's just going about this apocalyptic world on fire, beating the shit out of people.
So we're pretty much watching just the Human Torch go through like the Ice Age.
It's like a messed up, it's Ice Age with the Human Torch. Only if like the Human Torch just in constant pain.
I feel like he should be in constant pain, honestly. Human Torch has to be. If not, I mean. But we're getting a little bit off track. I do know I did want to throw this up if we're kind of if you want to steer away a little. Do you have anything else to say about Chainsaw Man, I guess, before we move on?
Chainsaw Man, what do you got for us?
I mean, the one thing that just pops up in my head right now is I did see some badass cosplays being made of Chainsaw Man. I'm like, damn, like people are making these giant ass foam things to pop into their arms.
Yeah, it is pretty intense right now. I see a lot of Makima ones too.
Yeah.
A lot of you haven't seen it yet. I think it's in somewhere in the later volumes where she's like out on a beach and stuff like that, and people keep creating that scene with her in cosplay.
That's
Looks
pretty
really
dope.
sick.
That's gonna be interesting to see. But I did want to talk about Black Adam.
Yes, another one of DC's great additions.
Listen, I think they have some really cool characters in the movie, but like, I don't know why they're making it. It just seems so generic.
It really does. When you watch it, it feels like you're watching I know it's a meme right now, but kind of like a mid-2000s Transformers movie type vibe. Some about it could just be like the color grade and stuff like that too. It's kind of like the vibe and look it has. But I mean the trailer too, it really looks like some like closer to like early 2010 type action flick.
I feel like if I could give like a whole rundown of the movie, I feel like we're gonna get a little bit of an origin in the beginning. He's gonna be tortured by it throughout, and then just have like a weird ass anger problem, and either by the end he's gonna be the villain or the hero, which I think it'd be cool just to see him be a villain throughout. But
yeah, and now they officially showed there is an actual other villain, which like why?
right,
Like he already kind of is being portrayed as a villain because now they have like, what is it, the Justice Society of America again, like what a great idea, DC, to make another movie where we're gonna introduce an entirely new team with no backstory.
We're like, don't worry, hold my beer. We
Don't
got
worry, this time it'll work. This time it'll work. God damn it!
Because Suicide Squad
Because
works
yeah,
so well.
the first one, yeah, definitely. My favorite character was Slipknot.
Dude, I loved him. At first, when all right, a little bit off track, but Suicide Squad, when it first came out, some people were saying Slipknot. I was like, no way. The band Slipknot is gonna
Oh
be
my
in this movie. I'm so excited. And no, it was just some guy they called
It was
Slipknot
some
from
guy
the
that-
comics. I was so disappointed.
I looked up his wiki before the movie came out, and his only ability description is Master of Rope.
Master of Rope. That's great.
So you can tie like a really cool, like the monkey's fist, you know?
I don't know what that power would give you. Like, I mean, I guess
Like a lasso or something. That's about it.
If I were to put it in like really cool terms, he should pretty much have ODM gear from Attack on Titan then.
The
Right?
only thing he does, the only thing he even does in the movie is he like grapples to the top of a building once, and that's not even technically rope.
No, and it was so slow too. Like they could have just bang, 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 bang. Like he was not gonna get out of there alive.
No, you just tried to grapple away real quick and died. And it was hilarious for the advertising for that movie. You notice how like they had like a ton of mini ads and promos for all the different characters, and the Slipknot one just kept repeating the same like 2 seconds of footage every single ad he had because that's the only screen time he had. Even in the intro for the movie, when they're doing like, you know, they have like the animation on screen. They're like dead shot with like bullets dropping down from his title, and then Harley Quinn. And then they just don't do that for Slipknot. He just shows up randomly in like a body bag they dragged him in, and they're like, "This is Slipknot, guys."
Wait, no. The Australia one came in a body bag.
Oh yeah, no, but yeah, they dragged Slipknot out in like a car, and they had him all like detained.
Right, like, oh, this guy's a menace. Stay away from this guy.
He punched a woman when he came in. Now you really know you don't like him.
Oh yeah. Okay, but back onto Black Adam though. I don't think it's probably gonna be that bad of a movie though. If anything, it'll probably just be generic at best.
It's gonna be just either mildly bad or mildly mid. That's how I feel like it's gonna be.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could say there was like god tier movies coming out of DC, but there really isn't, and that's sad to say.
I mean, it could be worse. Remember the time somewhere between 2015 and 2020 where DC and Warner Brothers just decided, let's just announce like a trillion DC movies that aren't going to happen. Like, remember like Blue Beetle and Booster Gold and Nightwing?
Yeah, I mean, I really wanted to see Nightwing. Actually, they are doing Blue Beetle. They have announced
They finally are doing that in TV show form.
That's TV show?
It's TV show.
I thought it was going to be a movie.
I think it's TV show, and it's also New 52. The original idea was the old school Blue Beetle with Booster Gold because, you know, back in the older DC comics, they're like buddies. So,
Yeah.
But now they're doing like the New 52 version where he has like these weird abilities, and he's like the younger Hispanic version of him. Because the original one's just like a dude who, the scarab, I guess, that gives him his powers. I don't even know what powers it gives him in the original, because he's just like Batman with like a tool belt, but he doesn't have like the martial arts skill or anything edgy going on. He just dresses like a Blue Beetle and has tools.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Like, the only things I really remember about Blue Beetle is from Batman, the Brave and the Bold, and then Teen Titans, the Judas Contract, that weird DC movie that came out. I thought it was pretty good, and I think they characterized him pretty good in that movie. But definitely, yeah, he's really just kind of a generic Batman type.
The original Blue Beetle, like the new one from New 52, he's pretty cool. I mean, he has he has actual like superpowers and his
character.
Character. He's actually like not just like original Blue Beetle. Like I said, it just feels like they just took Batman, but they made him not edgy. Instead, they just made him a goofy guy who still has a bunch of weird and wacky tools, but he's just a nerd.
Which, I mean, do you know like anything that's like what story they're doing for the Blue Beetle or anything?
I don't even know what villains Blue Beetle has. I mean,
Truthfully.
I don't think that they make New 52 comics for him anymore. I have like issue 0 of it, and I read it a little bit. Like I continued on with it a little bit, but after a while, I'm like, this feels like it's going nowhere. And then I think after a while, they're just like, yeah, we're just done making solo runs for him.
Oh, well.
It's kind of like that Martian Manhunter level, where it's like, yeah, it's a cool
Oh, yeah.
character, but when do you ever see a Martian Manhunter comic?
Yeah, like, well, there's just not much you can do with him.
I mean, you can, but they just don't. It's not marketable, really.
yeah, it's not Batman or
No,
Superman.
yeah, you just can't market it like Batman or Superman or something.
Yeah, which kind of sucks, but I mean, that's just how comics have been now, so.
I can't even get into comics anymore. I've only been reading manga. Manga just feels so much better because it
does.
actually feels like it's going somewhere and has a definitive beginning and end. Like comic books are just a constant like decades worth of just resurrecting characters with no stakes, and it's just like, how do you even keep up with this?
Yeah, and I mean, that's why they kept that, and that's why they're now keep rebooting the universes, and why they had the New 52 from the DC, and then DC Rebirth, and now I think we have like all new Hawkeye, Spider-Man, or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I have no clue.
all new, all different, I think is what they called that, the run, where they kind of like, they like retold origin stories, but the only one I know of was Spider-Man's, and I forget what they even did, but they just retold it. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and now he's like, that's where he got like that crazy glow up Spider-Man suit.
Oh yeah, I think I've
So,
seen that.
I mean, I do wish that they would like at least just like keep it on like a single story path instead of like just trying to expand it into all this like, all right, let's do a bunch of these crossovers and whatnot. But yeah, that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Marvel news, like you said, I don't think you've seen Thor: Love and Thunder from what we previously discussed before
No,
starting
but
recording. But what I wanted to tell you was that there's a scene, I don't know if you've seen it on social media, where I guess sort of spoilery, like spoiler alert in a way. It's not like pivotal to the story, but essentially in Thor: Love and Thunder, there's a scene where they just randomly shoehorn this in. Heimdall had a son apparently, and he you know, he does like that psychic communication thing, and Heimdall can see everyone.
yeah.
Heimdall's son needs to warn Thor about something. So this weird like I want to say holographic, or like it's almost, they're trying to make it look like a hologram of like Heimdall's son that's like just appears out of thin air, and he's like, Thor, I need your help. But it looks so bad. It is so atrocious. Like it is like really like I really don't want to be that guy that, you know, once everyone's like, oh, CG bad in every movie that comes out that's a blockbuster, but it is just glaringly bad. Like you can't not like look at it and instantly be like, what the hell is that? And the reason I bring this up, because there's more to this, is that Thor: Love and Thunder has now come to Disney Plus, and they claimed, hey, we fixed the CG in that scene, and it is so much worse. It is so much worse. They didn't fix it at all. It looks
do you have
horrible.
a visual reference for me?
I'm sorry for people just listening.
Nah,
just
nah.
please just look it up. But here,
Nah, you just get to listen to my audio reaction. Oh, oh my.
it's left to right. The right's the fix.
That is just ridiculously. What? First off, why would you do that? Why is that your Taika Waititi? What was your thinking behind that, man? Like, is that a thing that Heimdall can do?
They did a little bit in Ragnarok. Because remember, there's a scene in Ragnarok where like Heimdall's been missing, and he communicates with Thor or something, and they talk to each other from a distance.
But okay, but I mean that's legitly like, I don't think could they see Thor? Like the people that Heimdall was with?
No, it's only
So it's pretty much just like visually showing that he's seeing what they're seeing. So generally he's not actually there.
No, I guess not. But it's
I
still
like that a little bit better though, because it kind of makes you think, all right, he's just viewing through his eyes, but it's like he's actually there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just bad. It's
So
it's kind of the talk right now. Not to be like the let's trash Marvel shit, like the She-Hulk stuff. Like, I'm not gonna go into that. It's like I really hate when people post the comparisons of like this is what CG looked like in when did Avatar come out? Like 2013 or
2012 maybe.
2012, I think. And they're like, this is what CG used to look like in 2012, and this is it now. And then it's a shitty image of She-Hulk from her series, and it's just like, that's also an absurdly different budget margin that you're comparing there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much better CG's got. It's a TV show compared to an absurdly large blockbuster movie.
Yeah. See, and I kind of wish they kind of just got a big person and just tint them green.
Like, you want a Lou Ferrigno with a
I kind of wish
bodybuilder woman.
I kind of wish they went that route a little bit with her, because I feel like, well, okay, yeah, we've seen the character of She-Hulk be like super massive Hulk size, but even so, she's kind of more of like just like a 6 foot, 7 foot tall, strong person, you know?
I guess, yeah. I mean, she's not like absurdly tall. She's not like as massive as Bruce or any of the other Hulk characters, really. So,
And I mean, I don't know. I don't think the CGI is that bad, because listen, you're also taking motion capture data, and like just me personally, like we kind of know a little bit behind the scenes
we
of
do,
movies.
yeah, we do like videography stuff in our spare time personally. So we understand it when we see stuff like that. We're just like, okay, let me break down the circumstances of why this might be shitty. But other people, obviously, who don't have that knowledge, are just like, ew, that's just shitty. Why is that shitty? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and generally, most of the time, it just comes down to time and budgeting. You know.
Yeah, like the CGI artists. What would you call it? A protest, I guess. That CGI artists now are like, Marvel's crunch times are like killing us mentally. We need to stop.
Yeah, I've heard that like wasn't like some of them just like would be posted up at their desks, would sleep at their desks, wake up, just start working again.
I haven't heard that. I've just heard that they've been overworked to like death with like terrible crunch times and stuff like that. And then Marvel thought it was a perfect time to announce their next like 6 movies.
Yeah. And then that's definitely gonna make them quit. They're gonna be like, "Fuck this." But like, I mean, I guess it is their job, but they do need that time.
I mean, I understand anyone's job, but you also need to give someone the proper time to do their job.
Yeah. It's all about that timing.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last thing we wanted to kind of go over, or kind of just talk about, is the Marvel and DC movies that are coming out. So first, we're kind of going to go over Marvel movies and just kind of see which ones we are going to think are going to be good or bad.
Yeah.
So, all right. So the first one coming out at November 8th, 2024 looks like Fantastic Four. There's a big old 4.
Wait, when is that? When's that coming out?
November 8th, 2024.
Didn't they already announce a bunch of stuff coming out even before that?
Is there?
Yeah, because don't they have like all those other movies playing?
I guess
with
this is just Phase 6. Shit. Give me a second.
my, how many? What have I been missing?
Well,
like
there's Phase 5.
Oh my gosh.
What phase are we at? No, they released Phase 5 and 6. All right. Let me do this again. All right. So for the beginning of Phase 5, we've got at February 7th, 2023. It looks like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yeah. I mean, sounds okay. I mean, they're gonna have Kang in it. They said.
Really?
Yeah, they've been talking about that for a long time. That he's the villain in that.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, just didn't even notice that, and I've also just not really been keeping up on news as much as I should be.
I've heard that a while ago. It's just like Marvel in general. I haven't been keeping up much after Endgame, to be honest. I mean, I still passively watch it. I just don't really keep up with like the news of it. I just don't find it that interesting anymore. I'll watch it when it comes out, but not like I'm going to follow this like an actual like super fan.
Are they trying to make Kang the next Thor?
Big Thor?
Not Thor. Thanos.
Thanos. I mean, I guess he's like the next big level threat. It's gonna probably be a mix of him and Doctor Doom when he shows up eventually.
Okay, I'm ready to see Doctor Doom. I think that'll be cool.
I wonder if they'll actually ever get him right, because they always it's kind of, it almost seems like disrespectful in a way, because like you'd always hear quotes from Stan Lee, like his favorite villain in all of Marvel is Doctor Doom,
Mm-hmm.
and they never accurately do Doctor Doom
Right.
ever. They always like completely from the ground up just change his backstory for every live action thing
Mm-hmm.
they do.
I don't know. I really hope they do just like
Just do Latvia or whatever it's called. No, not
mm-hmm.
Latvia. Oh my gosh, that's
Latveria.
Latveria. Latvia is an actual place. Latveria is the fictional one.
Okay. The next one
Latvia's
is
not real.
next one is Secret Invasion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious if that's gonna. Wait, you read off Secret Invasion before the Kang Dynasty one. What list do you have?
I'm on. Well, what do you mean? I read off Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and
Yeah.
then Secret Invasion after
That's not
that.
the order it goes in, I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I got here.
What the hell? That doesn't look right. That just looks like all the like names, but they're not in the chronological order they showed them in.
Well, it looks like February, spring, May,
Really?
summer, July, November. I
Doing
mean, this.
Secret Wars before all those other ones?
I guess it says spring 2023. So
Well, I'm just gonna let you roll with it. I'll stop questioning it.
maybe, hey, if I'm wrong, you can tell me I'm wrong. But
I mean, I don't know if you're wrong. It's just I was just finding it suspicious.
the yeah, Secret Invasion. I really liked the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes when they did the Secret
Yeah.
Invasion storyline. That's kind of the best knowledge I have of it is from that show. So if they go anyway in that route, I think it's gonna be cool. But I really hope we actually get to see some evil Skrulls then.
Yeah.
Because we've only seen good ones in the Marvel Universe so far. And after that, Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3.
Yeah, I've seen some leaked stuff of that, of like little baby rocket raccoon and stuff like that. I'm most curious to see if what's his name from We're the Millers, and he's been in a lot of stuff as of recently. I know everyone always comes back to We're the Millers because that's where he kind of first started getting big.
That
Maze Runner, Bandersnatch, Midsommar,
Yeah,
that actor. I cannot think of his name for the life of me, but there's so many people who are already trashing him, saying like he would look so stupid as Adam Warlock. And being real, that's kind of my first instinct too. For by all means, prove me wrong. I want to see it and be like, okay, I was wrong. But my brain still just can't see it, so I need to see it.
Yeah, I mean, you can work out as much as you can, but I think it's his face. Like, he kind of has, like, that little bit of, like, a boyish chub face. When you think of, like, I feel like I'd imagine he'd be more chiseled, you know? Like, just more chiseled features.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I need to see it because my brain sure as hell can't imagine it.
I'm sure once they get him all in makeup and shit, he'll look pretty cool.
Yeah.
What is Echo? Because that's the next thing.
You didn't watch Hawkeye, did you?
No, I did not.
Because she shows up in Hawkeye.
Oh, is that his daughter?
It's not Hawkeye's daughter. It's Kingpin's daughter.
Okay.
Adopted daughter in the comics. In the MCU, I guess officially, she is Kingpin's niece. That she kind of treats him like a father figure.
That's not as cool, but
I guess
all right.
I think they did that because I think officially the Netflix Daredevil, Kingpin, and Daredevil are canon now, and that wasn't an established thing in Daredevil, so they just couldn't randomly shoehorn that in and act like it was natural.
Yeah.
So it was more like it's Kingpin's daughter, or not daughter, it's Kingpin's, I guess, adopted niece in a way that just treats him like a father figure.
Okay, I mean, I guess that'll work. I don't know how interesting that'll be. I guess it'll be cool to see Vincent D'Onofrio again.
I don't understand what they're gonna do to make her that interesting because her whole thing is she's just a martial artist, and then there's it's not to like superhuman level, but there is like the fact that I believe she's deaf and she has an amputated leg. So they're kind of going for the market of like, yeah, like deaf superhero, cool. You know what I mean? Like an amputee superhero.
What kind of powers does she have?
She's just a martial artist. Yeah.
She's just a hero then.
Yeah, she's just a hero. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I get the appeal. I get why they have a superhero for every group now to just kind of be like, yeah, anyone could be a hero. It's like Daredevil, blind superhero. Blind people can be superheroes. Not apparently if you live in the boys' universe though. If you've ever seen that.
I have not, but I think I get the reference. All
I'll
right.
show you the clip later.
All right. Loki season 2. Do you think that's gonna be anything?
I didn't want to like Loki because I'm so sick of the oversaturation of Loki in Marvel movies.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed Loki, and honestly, so far it's been the best like Disney Plus Marvel show so far, and I really didn't want to admit that, but it is.
I don't know. I think it'll probably be pretty cool. I started watching the first couple episodes and just I guess forgot to continue watching it.
There is one thing that drives me crazy in it though when someone brought it up because you've watched a couple episodes, right? So you know when they go to the TVA, the whole thing there is magic doesn't work here. Stuff like that just doesn't work here.
Yeah.
But if that's true, he should go back to being a frost giant when he's at the TVA. Because him looking like an Asgardian, a human form, is magic.
I guess, yeah.
But they
you're
just
right.
didn't feel like doing that.
Yeah, that is something that they kind of just glossed over. That would have been really cool to see.
That would have been really cool attention to detail, but they're probably just thinking we have too many scenes at the TVA. We don't want to keep making him blue because it's not charming, likable Loki that everyone's used to seeing.
Yeah. Marketing reasons always triumph over continuity.
Yeah, just like when you have to constantly show the hero's face and never wearing a mask, that always drives me crazy. I
Yeah.
can't stand that, especially like going all the way back to talking about Suicide Squad.
Oh my God.
I couldn't stand that Will Smith was constantly taking his mask off. He wears it for like less than a minute throughout the entire
Right?
movie.
He looks badass in the mask every time he
does.
puts it on, and then you just hear Harley Quinn go pussy. For what? He looks badass.
Yeah, for what? Putting a mask on?
Because he ain't want to get cut up. I mean, that's what I do.
And then they go back to like the little reticle just on his face, which I guess you could do that, but it's lame. It's really lame.
Yeah, it's not the same.
And it's like in all the Captain America movies too, where he conveniently always loses his helmet like 2 seconds into the fight, and then he's just always no mask.
Right. I don't know. I always liked him with his helmet thing on. So
I can't remember who said that. It's probably like Willem Dafoe or something like that, where I admired the quote or something where they're interviewing him for Spider-Man No Way Home, and he was saying something about like, yeah, the costumes, they suck. They're super uncomfortable, but that's what we have to suffer through as the actors. We have to get over it. You know what I mean? And not to be a dick, but like it's part of your job.
yeah, that's just kind of what you got to deal with.
Unless you're in like, I understand to the point where if it's something like, say you're wearing an outfit and like something's actually like choking you or actually giving you actual physical harm and danger, but not just like this suit is a little tight, or like I know it sounds like a super over exaggeration of like being wimpy, but you know, like, or like the actors like, I find it really difficult to act with this mask on. You're playing Spider-Man, you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
you're gonna wear a mask.
Like, we gave you the emoting eyes for a reason.
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, Loki season 2 will probably be pretty cool. The Marvels.
No.
I don't know. What is that going to be? Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel?
It's Captain Marvel. I'm totally blanking on her name. Monica Rambeau, I think, is her name. That was either her or her daughter from WandaVision. She gets powers in that.
Yep.
And then Miss Marvel, which I think that got really low ratings. I think like that got really low ratings.
I don't even know. Like, dude, I'm gonna be honest. It looked like a fan film. I was like, this looks like it was kind of like not color graded the best, and everything just kind of looked ugly.
It's not color
I don't
graded,
know.
but
There
like,
was just something about it that gave it like a real cheap feel to me, and I hate to do that, but
I just
it just kind of turned me off to the movie.
What gets me that I'm getting really sick of with all these like superhero spin-offs for TV shows. It started with Netflix when the original like lineup of Netflix heroes came out, like Daredevil, and it was cool at the beginning where they hype up the iconic suit to be at the finale. That worked really well with Daredevil, but now they do it for literally everything, and it is so annoying. Like, just show me their costume. Like Miss Marvel, I didn't care about watching like 8 episodes of just like Kamala Khan walking around without her suit. Like, just give me the superhero. Like, make her the superhero already.
Honestly, that stuff should be established, I think, in the first episode, and they should probably have like a signature suit by the second episode, you know?
Yeah, or you know what I mean? Even if it's like a halfway point, but like
Yeah.
there's so many shows where that really just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Like Daredevil, especially the original show that did it, I think it did it the best also because even the suit he had before the iconic red one, the suit he was wearing prior to that was still a reference to another Daredevil suit because he's
Yeah.
wearing like a black outfit with like just like a black bandana covering his eyes, and like that's still a suit he wears in the comics, albeit a low budget suit, but it's still referencing another suit and it's still a suit.
Yeah.
But like all the other Disney Plus or just Marvel shows that are coming out now is just like, I don't want to see you walking around in your normal clothes the whole time. Like the whole season, I'm just so sick of like a whole season's long worth of origin, and then they get their suit and start being superheroes at the very end of the show.
Yeah, it's I'm not looking forward to watching it, and I probably won't.
All right, what's next on the list?
All right, Blade. Okay, all right. I'm gonna be honest. I'm fucking ready to see some Blade. I've been ready to see some fucking vampires in the Marvel universe, and I want to see a badass.
We already got vampires. We got Morbius.
Listen, Morbius does not count, and we know it.
You didn't like when he morbed?
I was not liking his Morbin time, no. But hey, if they throw Michael Morbius in Blade, that'd be dope.
Yeah, did you see the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness?
I have not.
There was a fake end credit scene for it because a character shows up to do a sort of team up with him at the end.
Yeah.
And people did a really poor quality edit, but then they made it intentionally look like someone recorded it in the theater to make it look more believable.
Yeah.
But they swapped the character out with Michael Morbius. So it's like, Doctor Strange, we need to talk. And then it pans and it's Michael Morbius. I sent that to a friend and they actually freaked out. Like, are you fucking kidding me? They actually did Morbius.
That's so great. But yeah, I'm definitely I think it'd be cool to I remember one episode of the 90s Spider-Man show with Blade.
Yeah.
And in that, I think he fights like his vampire mom as like a villain. I think that'd be a really cool first villain for him to start out with.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Blade, I'm looking forward to it, especially because, I mean, I'll give Marvel one thing. Their casting is always like, they always pick someone that you don't expect, but somehow is perfect for it.
right.
Like, I remember when Black Panther was coming out, like, a lot of people were saying, what's his name? He's a mixed martial artist who also played Spawn back in the 90s. And I'm like, yeah, I could totally see him being Black Panther. That's a great idea. And then all of a sudden they're like Chadwick Boseman. And I'm like, who? And then I'm like, oh, him? Yeah, he's perfect. That's actually great. Same with like Blade, where I'm like, who could play Blade? I don't think anyone really could. And then they're said, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember. He's from the Green, I keep wanting to say the Green Mile. I don't know if that's what it's called, but
Green Hornet.
no. But they finally showed who was going to be Blade. I'm like, oh, that's actually perfect. He'd kill that.
Honestly.
What's the only concern to me and most other people though is I don't want Blade to be family humor.
Yeah, I really hope they go into like kind of the edginess of fucking Blade.
Yeah.
Because I think kind of going into like maybe that R-rated route of
Bring
like
back Ryan Reynolds.
of Ryan Reynolds or Hugh Jackman.
Well, I just meant because Ryan Reynolds was in Blade 3. You don't remember that?
Oh shit, yeah, Blade Trinity, yes. Oh my god, I dated a girl who was named after that movie.
Trinity?
Trinity.
Wait, her parents named her after that movie? Wait, are you serious? That's an actual thing? Wait,
Listen, I could not be more serious.
I thought you were just making a stupid pun because her name was Trinity, but that's actually, oh my.
Yeah, messed up, right? It's kind of mean.
Oh,
it's
no.
a nice name.
Oh,
but
no.
like, once you know the story behind it.
No, dude, that's like when your parents name you after like a shitty porn star, you know what I mean?
Right. But anyways, next thing is Ironheart. I don't know.
It's honestly, it doesn't seem interesting. It seems like if you're gonna have a next gen Iron Man, I get that. What's her name? Riri Williams, I think her name is. I guess in the comics, yeah, she's the new Iron Man. But do her do Tony's daughter.
I thought
Like,
that's
just like wait a few years and do Tony's daughter as like a preteen or teenager. That'd be cooler, I think.
Honestly, and if you wanted to, you could definitely go then like the Iron Man Armored Adventures route.
Yeah.
You know, where Tony Stark was actually like a high schooler being Iron Man, which makes him more Spider-Man at that point.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think it would more so work in the regard of his daughter then.
Yeah, I don't see any hype for it, and I think she's doing the crossover with Rhodey in like Armor Wars. I don't even really know what Armor Wars is. All I know is it's like a bunch of robotic themed characters with Rhodes as the lead, I guess. Because I think White Vision's gonna show up, Riri Williams Ironheart's gonna show up. I'm trying to remember. I think they're actually bringing back Justin Hammer. It's actually kind of interesting.
Okay.
But other than that, it's like I don't like what's the plot though.
Yeah. I do remember hearing something like it was gonna be like Rhodey's taking care of like all of Tony Stark's mistakes that he pretty much left behind after he died. So I mean that kind of makes sense because then you know Vision would kind of be part of that and whatnot. But I also don't think it could be interesting. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird they're doing an Iron Man show without Iron Man.
Yeah, I guess, but we don't need more Tony. We don't need to beat that dead horse like a Loki.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, oh God. Agatha.
Oh, never mind.
Coven of Chaos.
Oh, wasn't it called
God.
House of Harkness at first?
Maybe. Maybe
I think they changed it then.
Maybe they changed it. I don't think that sounds better.
I said that Ironheart was probably my least interested one. I changed my mind. I forgot about the Agatha show that they're talking about because, who cares? She wasn't that interesting in WandaVision. They hyped it up like everyone thought that Agatha was just like working for Mephisto or something, and then the plot twist was not that interesting at all. It was just Agatha's evil. No duh.
Yeah. Well, no shit. Cool.
Yeah, cool. She's just a generic witch.
Twist.
She's just a generic witch.
Yeah.
She got the Darkhold. Ooh, cool. But like...
Yeah, this is actually one of the Disney Plus shows that I actually finished, and I was like just disappointed kind of a little bit by the end.
The hype for it made it so much bigger than the show's quality actually was.
Yeah. I think the first couple episodes are the best just because it keeps you wondering what the fuck is going on in this show. And I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, but then also like the Quicksilver thing, it was just more of a cute reference, not like actually something interesting. His name was Boner.
Right. It was legitimately just a boner joke.
It was a boner joke.
Like, come on, guys. All right. I don't know. I think I'm also excited for Daredevil in spring 2024. What is it called?
Born Again. Based off of the story Born Again, I think.
Which they already did, I think, in season 3.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to salvage of Daredevil for him being in the MCU, though, because I don't think that they're salvaging all the characters. I think it's Punisher, Jessica Jones, maybe, and Daredevil, which are the three most popular characters, which good. But once you get past season 2 of Daredevil, you're starting to fuse into the other character spin-offs in the way that the Avengers movies tie into each other.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they'll keep season 3 or if they'll make anything that he did with the other characters canon other than Punisher and Jessica Jones.
I really hope they do canonize season 3 because I think it'd be really cool for them to bring back Bullseye.
Yeah, I don't want them to ruin that potential either because he was great. But at the same time, like, once season 3 comes around in Daredevil, there's like the references to, I think, Defenders and all that, which was really, really bad. Like, I watched it and I'm like, I didn't think that it was going to be bad watching it originally. I just thought I'm going to be able to just turn my brain off to this and it's going to be okay. It was really bad.
It was bad.
It was really bad.
Oh God, it was slow in all the wrong places that made it even slower in parts. The only parts that I felt were actually interesting was the stuff with Daredevil.
Yeah, and you didn't need to make it Defenders then. You could have just made it a Daredevil season.
Right.
Because it's all about the Hand, which is primarily Daredevil.
Yeah. But I hope they do something cool with Daredevil.
Yeah, I'm glad that they finally I think it was the girl who plays what's her name? Not Paige. She's like the nurse in every single
Oh
Netflix.
yeah, yeah.
She said in some interview, I think whether it was an accident or not, people always obsess over that, whether or not they intentionally say it. But she was like, "I'm so excited that they're bringing Punisher back," and everyone's like, "Wait, what?" Like, huh?
Wait a minute. You say this now? But yeah, I think that is gonna be really cool. Last thing, I think I haven't seen She-Hulk, but I did see Daredevil's costume in the trailer,
Yeah.
which I thought looked really cool. The gold accents they gave
I
it.
like how they brought the original look back into
Yeah.
it. I don't know what the context is, why he decides he wants to rock yellow out of nowhere, but I mean, they're making it work. It
He's
looks
like-
good from what I've seen.
Honestly, I think it looks freaking solid. What I think maybe, and I don't know, maybe he's just trying to differentiate from what this Daredevil suit was in the season 3, because in
Yeah.
that one, that suit was kind of like denounced by him.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I thought it would have been more interesting post Endgame if they would have. I feel like that would have been the opportunity to introduce a way more heroes, because there was a 5-year gap of tons of heroes missing. So street level heroes might have had to step up and become more well known in the public eye. So that would have been a good way to introduce like Netflix heroes and stuff. But instead, they're just like, no, we're just gonna toss most of them. We don't really care about the TV show stuff,
Right.
and it's just like, okay.
All right, and I'm gonna throw these two out just because I don't think they're too interesting. Captain America: The New World Order. I don't know if that's gonna be
That's
interesting.
the one with Sam Wilson,
Okay.
Captain Falcon, I guess if
Yep.
you want to call him that.
Okay, Captain Falcon. I mean, it could be interesting, but I also didn't want to watch Captain America or Falcon
Bucky,
and the Winter
yeah.
Soldier, so
It was
I don't know.
It was all right. It completely fell apart though, because they blatantly said we didn't have time to film a lot of stuff because of COVID. So they just cut out like one of the main villains' whole motivation, and it was just really generic. They made it really generic, and it's like, yeah, I 100% see what you're talking about. She just like, they just gutted her character for the sake of time because of COVID restrictions.
Yeah, damn COVID. Hey, that's what it'd be doing right now. I don't think we're supposed to say COVID.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know. Who cares?
We'll figure it out. But the last thing on the list is Thunderbolts. No clue what to think about
Don't know what they're gonna do with it just because the guy who plays Ross just died.
That they should just cut that movie right now. I say cut their losses on it, because
I
what are you gonna do there?
still want to see Red Hulk though. I want them to. I don't even care if it's shoehorned.
I think they could just not even recast. I think they could just make a new character, Red Hulk,
I was thinking
and
just
make it more
like
interesting.
just like Ross had a son or a successor.
Yeah.
Or some people brought up, I don't know if it'd be the way to do it, but some people were saying just do this, where they're like, make Red Hulk, cast it as someone else, do the mocap as someone else, and just make it so that Red Hulk doesn't turn into a human.
Yeah.
That he just doesn't turn back into a human. So he's just never going to turn back into Ross. And that's just like a plot point now. Red Hulk is just always going to have to be Red Hulk now because because he's obviously not alive anymore. But I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know if it crosses the line yet, but I mean, if they do it for long enough, I think it's kind of like, all right, guys.
It'd be kind of glaring of an issue, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then you're like really restricted. Like we can never have him go back to being Ross, and if you do, you'd have to get like the consent from his family to do like, let's CGI your dead relative, and
Right.
that's always a really touchy subject with some people.
Oh yeah, and especially if they like don't have. I would expect them not to have the mocap data of
No,
him.
I don't think. I mean,
So-
well, he's never done any mocap
Exactly.
stuff.
That's why I'm like, yeah, I don't
know about that. Yeah,
And like trying to do any sort of like facial recreation and CGI
difficult.
is difficult. So I don't know. I think it'd be smart for them to at least hold off on Thunderbolts until they can introduce something else.
Apparently,
but-
they're making it a plot point to say that. Did you hear about this? That Yelena's going to be the leader.
Yelena,
Yeah,
who
from Black Widow.
the blonde chick?
Yeah,
Oh, Florence Pugh.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't know how I feel about that. Just because
Mm.
it's just she's not she's not Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. Like the whole point is
Oh,
it's
God.
it's named after the leader, which is Thunderbolt Ross. Why is it led by someone else?
I don't know.
I just don't get it.
I think that's some real bull, honestly. But I mean, Do you think they just didn't have anything to do with their character? They're like, fuck.
Yeah, or I mean, they could just be pushing for like female lead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they probably are. That's probably more so what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all of Phase 5, and honestly, I think we've talked a lot. We could probably go over Phase 6 next time, and then go over
Yeah, I
DC
mean,
movies after that if you want to do that.
yeah, I mean, potentially, or if you want to just end it at Marvel there. We've talked quite a bit about
Yeah.
Marvel for this first one. I knew it was going to happen, whether it was episode 1, episode 2, or
Right.
whenever. There was going to be like time to talk about all the Marvel stuff coming out. That's just kind of like huge in pop culture. It's a little bit inevitable, but yeah, stuff going on with Chainsaw Man. Marvel's obviously hasn't gone anywhere. It's still there in the
Yeah.
public eye very glaringly. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about before wrapping.
Yeah, no, I think we're pretty much done here. So, yeah, if you guys like this, what do we like on Spotify? What do we do?
I mean, right now, I know we're definitely going to be on YouTube, probably YouTube and Spotify. So yeah, go check us out there.
So yeah, we're gonna be on there and possibly on YouTube. Maybe we'll have some animations with our audio once we.
Yeah, and a little fun little animation.
Yeah.
Something to watch.
I've been trying it out on my own
Yeah.
for raunchy reviews. So
Cool.
yeah, but again, I'm Bryce Cherney and this is Jonah.
I'm gonna cut out my last name there. I still didn't want to out myself with last name.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
My bad.
I'll bleep it.
Social medias.
I mean, if you want to plug, you're just Bryce Cherney on YouTube. I post gaming stuff and pop culture stuff on YouTube right now. Kind of new to it. Haven't posted in a while, but now that we're starting up the podcast, I'm probably gonna start up
Yeah.
that. Thinking about making a Twitch, but right now on YouTube, I'm just Joscope. So
And I also on Instagram I am the _ professor 231. Go check us out, guys.
yeah, go check out our work.
Yeah. We're done here.
Yeah, you guys have a nice day.
See ya.